Whichever two logos this filter lands on, I'm gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have Yahoo plus UPS. Okay, I'm already thinking some funny things with the name. Let's go. Okay, so for this one, the name that I have in my head is just Yahoo PS. It sounds like hoopla, it sounds like Yahoops, I don't know, but I like it. So I think what we're gonna do is maybe somehow try to incorporate Yahoo up here, then PS down here, and then get this exclamation mark somewhere in here and play around with the different colors. So first and foremost, I just want to see what it would look like if we take this kind of neon purple and make it be where the brown is. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Kind of almost like the Warner Brothers logo. Now I do want to go ahead and erase the U and resize PS just so that we can maybe fit Yahoo above it. So I want to turn Yahoo to be this same color as the yellow. So let's just adjust that and move it down to fit. Now I'm going to take the exclamation mark from Yahoo and resize it so that it kind of fits in here with PS. Finally, I want to play around with skewing the different letters and getting them in position, and here's the final result. Again, the name on this one is so funny. I actually really love this kind of crazy neon purple with the yellow overlaid on top. And again, the name Yahoo PS, you just can't beat it. It sounds straight out of a Dr. Seuss book. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever two logos this filter lands on, we're gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have Netflix plus IBM. Okay, let's go. Okay, so basically what I'm thinking, I love how stylized this logo is, like how it almost looks like a piece of paper just folded 3 times. So I'm wondering if we can maybe do that for the IBM logo. So maybe it could be NBM, and then we take the B and the M and try to make them look almost like the Netflix in shape. And then I think once we get done with all that, we add in all these little bars to the NBM. So in order to recreate this shape, I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of take rectangles that are of the same color and size and try to just kind of make them look like they spell out a B and an M. I don't think the M will be that hard, but the B, we might have to do some finagling. Okay, so here's what I've got. I think that actually looks really cool. Now, as you'll notice on the original, there's like some shadows where the paper or whatever would be like behind the one on the top. So I have to do that for all of these. So I'm just gonna go in and add little shadows just where there would be a shadow like underneath the paper. Also, I noticed the N has a slight kind of like bubble on the bottom. So I'm just gonna add that to each of these as well. Okay, I am just loving how that looks so much. I really don't want to ruin it, but I'm gonna have to add in all of these little negative spaces. So I think what I'm gonna do is just select like each of the negative spaces as a rectangle. All right, so this is a chaotic, crazy mess, but theoretically I should be able to just hit delete, and here is the final result. This was so fun just trying to figure out the ways that we could make the B and the M look like this kind of Netflix logo with the different shadows and overlays and almost like it's origami. I don't know about the name on this one, but I think overall the effect looks really cool. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Whichever two logos this filter lands on, we're gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have McDonald's plus Walmart. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this little kind of flower thing on the Walmart logo, or sunburst or whatever it is almost identical to the color of the golden arches. So I'm kind of wondering, what if we made each one of these be a golden arch and just kind of repeat the pattern and see what the logo looks like? We might have to round out the edges to make it look a little more similar to this. And then for Walmart, I think we just call it McMart. These fonts are almost the same anyway, and we can maybe do the Mick in this red and the Mart in the blue. Okay, so we've got the golden arches layered over top of this flower, and now I'm just gonna resize it so it's the same exact size as one of the little bursts. Now I'm gonna flip that one vertically and just move it down to match at the bottom. And I duplicated that, and now we're just gonna rotate it this way. Then I'm gonna do that one last time and erase the logo underneath to reveal this one. Okay. Okay, I tweaked it a little bit and made the inner corners be rounded, and I love that it kind of looks like a little snowflake in there. Now on the word Walmart, I'm gonna erase wall. Lastly, I'm gonna float in Mick from the original McDonald's logo, and here is the final result. Honestly, this is one of the ones that is just so silly, but when it works, it works. I'm really happy with how the kind of golden arches flower thing that we created turned out. The name McMart, I don't know, could be funnier, but I think this one turned out pretty well overall. Let me know what you think in the comments. Whichever two logos this filter lands on, we're gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have Sega plus Xbox. Okay, let's go. Okay, for this one, I'm thinking what we do is call it Segs Box. Kind of a play on words. I know TikTok doesn't like that word, but I think it's funny that that's what people use in text, so I think that's what we're gonna go with. I think we'll use the Sega font for the Segs part, and then obviously the Xbox font for the box part, and then I think we'll kind of maybe replicate this part and make a blue circle with the Sega S in it. So the first step is gonna be to remove this X from the Xbox logo, remove the A from the Sega logo, and duplicate the S. So now that I have all three elements, I am just gonna put them together. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is make a blue circle that is basically the exact same size as the green circle. Take the Sega S and put it inside, and here is the final result. The name on this one, you just can't beat it. It is just such a perfect play on words with how people censor themselves on TikTok and YouTube anyway. I don't know overall if I think the design is necessarily better, but the name is just so funny to me. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever logos this filter lands on, we're gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have CBS plus Google. Okay, so what I'm thinking with this one is taking the little big brother I from CBS and making it be the O's in Google with that same color palette. And then I think it'd be funny if we did Goo BS, so it kind of spells out goobs. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is select the I and mask it out, duplicate it again, and then give them a color overlay so they have the same coloring as the Google logo. Now I need to resize them so that they fit in the regular logo. Okay, here's what that looks like. Now I need to erase the goal part from the Google logo, bring in BS from the CBS logo, and finally give the B and the S the color overlay from the Google logo, and here is the final result. Honestly, this one is just one of the ones that I love the name so much that I don't even care about the design. I just think it's funny. I really was thinking Goo BS, but then we just get goobs, and I think that's hilarious. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever two logos this filter lands on, I'm gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have Dunkin plus Nintendo. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm kind of thinking for this one, we have to go with the name Dunkin Nintendo. And then maybe we do like the whole pill around the outside in either orange or this kind of pink to kind of make it look like almost like the Nintendo logo is in the Dunkin style. Okay, since I've used the Dunkin logo so many times, I actually have the font stored. So we just need to type out Tendo and make it orange, of course. Okay, this one is a long one. I'm gonna go ahead and take the little apostrophe and move that to the end. Now we need to erase the Nintendo word from this one and make that bubble pink. And finally move it into the bubble, and here is the final result. Honestly, the name on this one is just so funny. We could not have asked for two better ones in terms of the name. The design overall, I always love putting this Dunkin' Donut font onto any other logo because the font itself is just iconic and kind of funny. But I think this one turned out really cool. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Whichever two logos this filter lands on, I'm gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have Nike plus IKEA. Okay, I've got some good ideas for this name already. Okay, so my idea for this one is to name it Nikea, and I'm thinking we take the font from IKEA, put an in front of it in that same font, maybe try to make it be like italicized like the Nike one, and then basically put that whole logo inside of a blue rectangle and make the logo yellow. Okay, so the first step is going to be to isolate all of the letters in IKEA and mask them out. Okay, now I'm gonna type out an in, and the internet is saying that it's Futura extra bold. That looks pretty close. Although I do think we need to stretch it out a little bit. Okay, now that we have that, I am gonna go ahead and erase the word Nike from the swoosh logo and turn the Ikea and that one yellow. I'm also gonna slightly italicize this one just to match the original Nike logo. Now that we've got that, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the little bubble inside of IKEA. Finally, move it into place, and here is the final result. This one looks pretty much exactly how I pictured it in my head, but I just think the name, you can't beat IKEA. The colors on the IKEA logo are iconic, so it kind of really just still looks like the IKEA logo. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Whichever two logos this filter lands on, we're gonna mash them together. Okay, up first we have Hello Kitty plus Pepsi. Okay, let's go. Okay, for this one, basically what I'm thinking is kind of like chopping the Hello Kitty logo in half and mimicking this shape when we do it, and then making the top half of her head be red, the bottom half of her head be blue, and then we put Hello Pepsi kind of in the middle of all of it. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna try to do is move the Pepsi logo kind of into place where I need it, and then select just this top red part. Then I should be able to make that go away, and we'll have like a clean line of exactly where to chop the Hello Kitty logo in half. Okay, so I'm gonna mask that out, and this should work. Perfect. Okay, now we just need to color them both in, the top being red and the bottom blue. Now we need to move them apart to make that gap just like in the Pepsi logo. I'm gonna grab the word Pepsi and then move it down here. Bring in the word hello from the Hello Kitty logo. Finally, I'm gonna add a stroke around the whole thing to match the original Pepsi logo, and here is the final result. I don't know that I've ever done one with the Hello Kitty logo before that wasn't a different mascot or animal, so putting the Hello Kitty logo with Pepsi on this one I think was just so funny and weird, and I love when that happens. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments.